Hello and welcome. So this is the introduction video to Tantra Mama and why I chose the name, why I choose to show up in this space and to share it with you. So my big whys to starting this journey and to opening up this portal of communication and of healing and curiosity and openness and expansiveness. So Tantra Mama is obviously like two words, two parts of it. The word Tantra is, I guess it's going around a lot more these days. I closely connected it like probably around 2 years ago, and back then it was something that I was like, I wanted to know more, and I wasn't really sure what it really entitled. Sort of I heard a few things, but I couldn't really get a clear picture on it until I actually started going to the workshops or retreats or the festivals. And when I ask people like now, what do you think it means? Like, what do you think it stands for? And I get answers similar to, isn't it like where they do like these Kama Sutra positions? Isn't it where they have orgies? Isn't it where they, they're naked a lot? And I guess sort of there is some truth in that. And in the world of Tantra, anything's possible. So you can take that to whatever extent you want to do it in. And at the same time, it would almost be like if you were asked to describe an apple, and you'd only like focus on the little stem at the top, and you like miss out on the beautiful wholeness and the juiciness of the actual fruit. That, I guess, is sort of what it compares it to. So it's sort of, to me, like the world of Tantra is like, it's huge, and it flows into pretty much every part of your life, every cell of your body, and it just equips you with amazing concepts and tools of how to have conscious relationships, how to have conscious communication, and how to really come closer together to people, how to bond on a much deeper level. And so just looking at it from a sexual perspective is actually narrowing it down to like this tiny little space. And yes, Tantra is like, it's like a portal to go that way, but there's so much, else that it builds on that is, not sexually like related. So, and the word mama, obviously I am a mama, so that was pretty easy, pretty obvious. And generally speaking, it like evokes in people the feeling of love, of being nurtured, of compassion, of warmth, of like being able to share like happy tears, sad tears, and to know that you're loved and accepted. So, and actually by putting the two words together, I am sort of being a little bit of, I guess, a rebel in a way that it looks like these two words are worlds apart, and yet at the same time they're so close to how I describe what love means and stands for, because that to me is exactly what Tantra stands for as well. And so that's kind of where the name is coming from. To why I'm here and why I'm doing this, it's basically because I feel so called to serve the world on a bigger scale with this knowledge and with this wisdom and with the experiences that I've had. That is, the ones I've gathered from going to a lot of the workshops and the retreats and the little places where I've experienced Tantra on like firsthand, all the books that I've read, all the courses that I've done, and my current study as well with Layla Martin is taking me again to another level of it all. So it's now like integrated so deeply in my beingness that and I can see how it's like how I've really grown through that, and how I just love it so much, and I want everyone to be able to enjoy their body and their the way they go about life in sort of their own version of that. And I'm no guru. I'm not a perfect mother, like in any, I still growl at my children. I still like get upset. I still get cranky with them. It's not like I'm now all of a sudden like you've got the answers for everything. That's not it. And I don't even want you to, take everything as like, oh, well, that must be true now. Like, no, I want you to like test it in your own way. And I invite you to, come up with your own truth of what I'm sharing with you, which is only ever like an invitation. So yeah, and there's a part of me that's there's like this urgency of getting the word out there, like, and having a voice for sensuality and for sexuality and for intimacy, and like bringing like it closer to people who are hungry for it, people who are lost sort of within all of that. And this is what is like the main message, the main reason to why I'm here, sharing something that is technically so delicate, so it so easily triggers people, and it so easily, makes people feel awkward. And yeah, I guess I want to take that out of, like, I guess build a playground where that can be like talked about, and where it can be shared, and where it can be sort of become something that is so much more, like a pleasurable experience. And for mothers, like, then how do I like share that now with my children? How do I raise them in a way that they are sexually empowered, that they're not growing up like with shame and guilt around their body, and the natural I guess curiosity of exploring their bodies? How do I teach them about boundaries for themselves, and how do I teach them how to communicate their feelings, and how to communicate whatever is going on within their body or their mind, and to really create like a safe space for them to express who they are, like fully and authentically, and not like holding back of their beautiful essence, their beautiful beingness. And this is what I'm here to create and to journey with you together. So yeah, and how this is going to work out like in a practical sense is I'm going to share videos. I was aiming to make them like 3 to 5 minutes long. We've now got almost 8 minutes, so I totally understand that this is, mums, they don't always have, or parents in general, they don't have always a lot of time on their hands, so I'm going to keep them as short as possible, and as crisp as possible. So, and I'm planning on releasing them like on a regular basis without like pinning myself down, because I know I'm not good with like, making like super tight commitments like as in every Monday. So that's not really how I like to go about life. But I will absolutely commit to sharing my deepest wisdom and my deepest knowledge with you all. And then once a month at this stage, I'm planning to have like a I know in one of the comments I said like a masterclass, which sounds really like out there, really fancy, and really it's like a tribal, like a gathering, like a space where we can have a conversation, a space where I can answer questions, and where women or people, I'll have to feel into that. If I think it's, maybe I'll just start with mums, and then maybe we can open it up later on, but where we can come together and really truly share what's going on within ourselves, and also with our children, and see where this takes us. And just sort of on a side note is, I am so aware of sharing these things that I've experienced on a personal level, and also towards my children or anyone else in my life, in a very like with a lot of integrity. And I'm not here now to exploit their experiences or somebody else's experiences of people that I've known. That is super sacred to me, and it's very safe. So yeah, I guess I just wanted to share that with you all, just in case you're like worried about, oh my god, what about her children now? Is she going to share like, every little insight? No, like this is not the point of this all. This is sort of nevertheless, you know, a very safe, let's say, playground. So I'll talk to you soon, and yeah, you know, comment below. You know, what do they say? Like, subscribe, do whatever you want to do to kind of stay in touch. And I am sending you so much love. See ya.